How are you? Thanks so much for tuning in to the show. And I guess you were wondering why I'm sort of partially laying on this sofa. It's because we have a special show today, and it's continuing our mental health series. But this time, it's a different format. We're going to be interviewing Dr. Deborah Cooper, who is a psychotherapist. And Dr. Cooper's way of dealing with mental illness is very realistic. So we decided to talk with her, find out about the myths and the realities of psychotherapy and how powerful it is and how it can help you. So, as you can see, I have my cup of tea, and you should get your favorite beverage, coffee, tea, and join us and watch the show.
Yes, thank you.
It is so nice to have you on the show, and I am excited because you're going to be doing a few segments in a couple of our other shows. But today we're doing an interview, and we want to tell people all about what is hypnotherapy.
Hypnotherapy is fabulous. It is. It is. I'm talking to your subconscious. Your conscious mind is still rattling. It's still talking to you. But once I put you in, I'm talking to the subconscious, and it is 88% of your mind versus 12% of your mind. So 12% is what you and I are dealing with right now. But when you go into hypnosis, you're dealing with the whole thing.
So you actually hypnotize someone, or you go into their, like you say, their subconscious, and you tell their subconscious to behave. Is that what you do?
That's what I do.
Okay, so in terms of daily activities, just what we do, you have people that come to you from all walks of life. And what are some of their problems that they may be going through at the time?
It can be from relationships and rejection, because that's been a lot that I've worked with, so that the person doesn't feel as rejected and their partner isn't intending to reject them, but they interpret it that way. So that nail biting, smoking, weight control, all of the normal ones, the depression, anxiety, a lot of OCD.
Okay. So, all right, so what you're actually saying is, if a couple comes to you and they say, look, we have this issue, she's jealous of me, or he's possessive of me, how could you help them? What happens in...
First I talk to them, and I talk to them, explain that if it's about subtle rejection, where he or she gets off the phone first, or just is always doesn't feel like they're available, they're not as affectionate, I explain the dynamics of relationships. And then in understanding that, then I put the person in hypnosis so that he or she will be desensitized to what they feel is rejection.
Okay, so, all right, I want to go back to the hypnosis part, because that's what spooks everybody out. Oh, I'm being hypnotized. But how does that actually work with the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is saying one thing, and you can get right to the subconscious mind? And,
yeah.
Okay.
We go in and out of hypnosis every day. We just don't know that.
Oh,
okay. When we're driving, and we always go this make a right turn to go home, and this get to the right, and you're supposed to make you're supposed to make a left to go to the store. So you automatically make a right. Or you get to where you're going, your destination, and you go, did I stop at that stop sign?
Okay.
And in fact you did, but the mind is taking a break, but you're actually driving your car well. It doesn't affect your driving, but it does affect sometimes what your memory is when you're in it, when you're driving. Did I?
Yeah, so it's like we're already on automatic pilot.
We are.
So you get in the car, like you say, and you automatically make that right. And you say, "Oh no, I'm not going that way today. I need to go to the
Make
left."
a U-turn. It happens to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's highway hypnosis.
Okay.
Then we've got, I guess you could call it living room hypnosis, where you're watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say I'm watching TV right past you, and I'm watching, and somebody's trying to talk to me from the kitchen, and I'm going, and it's irritating. Whereas if I was reading a book or magazine or newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be irritating. You just put and that we could be watching a commercial. It's just we're so hyper focused, and that's what it is. It's a hyper focus.
Okay. You were in California for more than 30 years.
More than 30.
And you were on the Montel Williams show. Mm-hmm. You've been on, let's see, was it Dr. Ruth's show?
Not Dr. Ruth's show. I was actually almost had Dr. Ruth's show.
Okay.
But I was on Sally Jesse Raphael.
Okay.
Donahue. Geraldo. Okay. Sally. Did I say that already? Jenny Jones. All of them. All the talk shows, basically. What I find that I work the best with is families, romance, even work relationships. So I think that just about covers everything we've got. Could have been just fondling her breasts. Could have been just touching her in places she shouldn't have been touched. The most traumatic event that any child could be put through, no matter to what degree it was.
The parents will usually die first. And who do you have then? You then need your family. Your family is all you've got. Your siblings. It's very important to people.
When I'm on TV, I tend to be direct and give the people advice quickly, effectively, and it works. I do that in my therapy also. And people like it. People like to hear what is going to work and how to change. This is what we need to do.
Fiance, yeah, call it that. Stop. Call it that.
You just mad that
No.
You have a child together, and you
That's
both
the key. That
yes.
is the key, right?
Well, but the key also seems to be your pants, and they keep coming down.
I want to talk about the real issues that are in the media, whether it be in the newspapers, popular magazines, putting those on television and helping the people cope, helping them change the emotions, the situations, by giving advice, direct, logical, clinical advice. That can help them. You need to blend. You need to be able to communicate. When all this big romantic stuff is over, you need to be able to talk with this person and laugh with them when you're 80.
I see Max as the raw material, and I think, look, he's so cute, he's Jewish, he's all these things. I can change him. I can make...
No. You can't change anybody.
No changing, we don't change.
No.
We're unchangeable.
As a matter of fact, they get worse.
Especially guys, we're
They
really
get worse.
unchangeable.
You have a problem with somebody before you marry him? You marry him, it's going to get worse. It's going to be more difficult. It's going to be so much more in your face.
Life has a lighter side. It doesn't always have to be heavy. And many times it's a way to get people's attention, to help them change by looking at the lighter side of the problem. She's saying yes when she should say no right off the bat. You say you want to have somebody who's professional and successful. If you want that, don't even go out with someone on the first date. And so what you're willing to do is be in a BTN, which is what I call better than nothing.
Right.
Ooh, the BTN, the better than nothing.
You know, I was thinking that many times when I'm on these TV talk shows that I don't come on until the end. And I always get frustrated that I can't get in there right away and help them then, now, from the beginning.
Okay, and do you find that in being with the celebrities, is it easier, or do they have more issues that they are looking to get rid of and run to the relationship doctor, or?
They don't have any more issues than anybody else does.
Okay.
It's just that theirs gets to be put in the papers, the newspaper, and you tell them, for them it's a whole different ballgame as far as privacy.
Okay.
But yes, I'll do the same thing with whether they're a movie star, of which I've had, or a TV star, or a regular person.
Okay, and how long does it take for a person
To get you in.
Yeah, to get you to the point where you say, oh, this used to be a problem, but it's not a problem anymore.
Depends on what it is. Let's say that somebody's got a fear versus a phobia.
Mm-hmm.
A fear is different. It's where something happened. You had a car accident, now you're afraid to drive. That could be 1 or 2 sessions. And you're only in hypnosis for about 10 minutes of the session. So that's all it takes. But if it's a phobia and it's based on no experience, you're afraid to fly. Well, you haven't been in an airplane accident, but it's a phobia. It takes a little bit longer. It takes more sessions. This little boy, who's 11 years old, came to me. His mother wanted him to eat his vegetables.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So he would cry. He would cry when they tried to make him eat vegetables. So we got him so that it just took a session or 2 where he was eating his green beans and eating, I don't think he eats everything, but a lot more than he did.
Okay. So how long does it last?
Forever.
Forever.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So now you're back here in Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and welcome back.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to your segments,
Mm-hmm.
and just looking at some of the issues that you treat people with: abandonment, addiction, which is a big thing right
It's
now.
huge. It's always been pretty, but it's gotten worse.
Okay, cheek biting and bedwetting, panic attacks. This is self-discipline, self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that you should be pretty busy because there's a whole lot of stuff going on out there now where people
it does
need
make
help.
me busy.
Yeah.
It does make me busy, yeah.
Okay, so how does one get the opportunity to come to see you? Do they just call you? Do you have a website?
But they do call me.
Okay.
I have a website,
Okay.
drdeborahcooper.com, and it's a
Okay.
long way of spelling Deborah. But it's much easier to just pick up the phone.
Okay. And is any of this covered by insurance?
At this point, it is not. In Maryland, currently, it's not covered by insurance because I need to take an additional test because they won't accept my California test.
Okay.
California is different
Okay.
for the marriage and family therapy license.
Uh-huh.
So it's not covered currently. I could have just said no.
And go back to California, right?
Oh, but well, I do work with people on Skype and FaceTime and on the phone in California, and I put them in hypnosis. We do.
Okay, all right. And do you accept like a payment plan, or how does the?
Oh, they pay as they come.
Okay, pay as they come. Okay.
Unless I'll figure out ways to make set it up so people can afford it. But I don't like to do payment plans.
So now that you're back, and we have some pictures that show someone who was a nail biter and after 3 sessions. So what was it, man or a woman?
It was a woman.
Okay.
And you saw the picture. It's she would eat it right down to the cuticle. I mean, she really destroyed her nails. It took us 3 times, 3 sessions of hypnosis, and she now has great nails. And it's probably been better now because that's been a couple years ago.
Wow. Okay. And when it comes to, we're going to go back to addiction because that's the one that everybody is focusing on now. How do you have any actual cases of people who said, okay, I'm no longer addicted to heroin, I'm no longer addicted to marijuana or alcoholism? Does it take like a long time for
they were more of a challenge, and it does take a little more time. There's no foolproof way because we have the physical addiction. I work with the psychological part of it, and I can also tell them that when they see it, they see the pill with bugs all over it, or whatever's going to disgust them.
Okay.
And so it just makes them hesitate, and that little hesitation then grows.
Okay. And then let's talk about self-esteem. How do you work through that with a person?
That's self-love. that's in addition to hypnosis. I want people, and it sounds corny, but this actually does work. Have them look in the mirror every day and say 3 times, I love you, I really love you. I love you, I really love you. I love you, I really love you. And you say that to yourself 3 times every day in the mirror. It's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel silly. It's going to, you're probably going to say, how can this work? You do it for 30 days solid, you'll see a difference. You're taking care of yourself better. Everything is better.
Okay, and then I see here shame.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be the same process, sort of.
Well, it depends on the individual. What are they feeling shame about? Is it like how they treated their brother when they were young, or are they feeling shame because they hit somebody with their car?
Okay.
You know, it depends on the.
Okay, what about grief? I just experienced that, which was, very traumatic.
Yes.
And I think it was actually my first time ever feeling grief that way because it was my mother. And I just felt horrible because it's a feeling that I've never had before. So grief, how do you handle the grief part?
With grief, you're saying it's a feeling that I've never had. Every person that passes that's close to you, it's going to be a different feeling. Because the person's different. Depends on the relationship that you have with them. But how do I work with it is I will work to increase the anger stage in the five stages of grief. Increase the anger stage so it drops down the depression stage.
Okay. And that leads right into depression.
Yeah, we go to depression with that. So there's different ways of dealing with it.
Okay.
And from visualizing and talking to them in the hypnosis to their departed one.
Okay.
So there's multiple ways of working with it.
Okay, so if you're having issues, if you feel like you've had either grief, depression, or whatever it may be, they need to come to see you to get them out of that state.
And it will help.
And it will help. It may not be a total cure, but they will get better in one way or another.
Well, one way or another, I'll make it easier for them.
Okay.
I make their life easier. I call myself a change agent. I help the people change, get more motivated to get their job done, get more motivated to get up in the morning, more motivated to go to bed, have a greater ability to sleep. I have them feeling disgust when they see the chocolate cake they always loved, but now there's a feeling that comes with it, which is in their hypnosis, they felt disgusted with it because they saw ants all over it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's many different routes
that you can take.
Yes.
Okay. I know with this latest thing with diabetes being so rampant, so millions of people have diabetes, and it's to get off of the sugar. And I'm a type 2 diabetic, so it's like, okay, how do I kick the habit of not using sugar and not wanting sweets? And I can find myself being in the supermarket saying, okay, so what can I eat? What can I eat? And, I can't find anything. But yet, when I say if I'm home by myself, I say, oh, today's cheat day. And it's cheat day all day long. And then I suffer, from it. So could you help somebody who is a type?
I do help people.
Okay, with diabetes. Okay.
I do help.
Okay. All right. And now, is there anything else that you would like for us to know about your upcoming segments in the show? It's going to be facts about, the relationship doctor.
Relationships, rejection, help with communication ability. There's ways of communicating that can eliminate hostility. And that's so important. Because once you get the emotions involved, the logic is gone.
Okay.
So we try to speak only when we're not emotional.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, that number again is
310. It's still a Los Angeles number.
okay.
310-470-4900.
Okay. And they'll be able to get in touch with you and start therapy. And we're really looking forward to your upcoming segments. So
Thank you.
thanks a
I
lot
do.
for telling us, a little bit about what hypnotherapy is, so that people don't think that they're being hypnotized forever and a day. And it's nothing mystical. It's something that
It's not.
it's all part of our natural body
Yeah.
functions and what we do.
I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do
Okay.
or morally wouldn't do. I can't make them go rob a bank.
Mhm.
So it's not like, they have their point, and I don't usually ask people to rob banks. So
Okay.
so it's helpful.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Dr. Cooper. I'm looking forward to your segments, and I want to thank our audience for tuning in. And watch out for The Relationship Doctor, which is going to be on the Kelly Hill Ross Show. Thank you again.